strangers about it.
Yay. This is my favorite aisle. I used to really hate that Michael's, but it's really grown on me, mostly because now with the self-checkout that Michael's has implemented, like all the workers are so bored. So they just end up like hanging around watching you check out and like asking you like what you're doing with your purchases. And the little guy there today was like, "Oh, how much art you got?" And I was like, "I got a lot of art." And he was like, "Oh, nice. So you're like an artist." And I was like, "Yeah." And he said, "What do you like to paint? Or what do you like to paint with?" And I was like, I do ceramics, but everything I'm buying is for journaling, like art journaling. He was like, oh, so you just like open a book and then you just go for it. And I was like, yeah, that is what it is. So you just open a book and go for it. Okay, a little time has passed. If you can't tell, there's been a change. My friend Caroline says, if you think you hate everyone, eat. If you think everyone hates you, sleep. And if you think you hate yourself, shower. So here we are. I'm on the floor of my living room. This is going to start hurting after 10 minutes because I'm in my 30s. I just wanted to have a little, I don't know, like a cozy feel, right? This is cozy, right? Also, the angle of me sitting on my couch and you kind of looking up at me, horrifying. I don't need to see that. You certainly don't need to see that. We just don't need it. I went to Michael's with the goal of spending money, full stop. Spending some money that I got for Christmas to kind of re-up on some journaling supplies that I've been out of and kind of like hesitating buying. I wanted to go look at some things to see if I actually needed them. And I was picking up a gift for my girlfriend's sister. I'll start with what I got Genevieve. Genevieve is like a single girl in her late 20s. God, is that right? Yeah, she's in her late 20s and she's been doing a lot of solo travel lately and she's just like fully living the dream. We're all really proud of her. And I can't help but to like force my interests on other people. It's not something I'm proud of, but here we are. And something I got her was a traveler's notebook. I'm reaching over here. I've already given her her traveler's notebook, but I had to get one for myself because I got jealous, fully got jealous. So this is mine just to kind of give you an example of what it is. I mean, you're on YouTube, so I know that you know what a traveler's notebook is. But these are made by my friends at Glad & Young in Atlanta. They are the absolute best. Their covers are often hand marbled with like leather paint. They're stunning. They're gorgeous. This is more of like the splattery one. I felt like it really fits my vibe. And they just make like gorgeous leather goods, purses, wallets, bags, notebooks, obviously. Like they're just the best. So while this is not the one I got for Genevieve, this is the one I got for me because I was just fully jealous. And look, they did my initials. I just love it so much. So I wanted to kind of like not only give Genevieve something that she could like record her travels in, I wanted to kind of set her up for success. We were in the store and my girlfriend Elaine was like, I don't want to give her something she's just not going to use. Like, we spend money on it. And I'm like, yeah, frankly, that's none of our business if she doesn't use it, is kind of where I got. But that statement like stuck with me for a little too long. And so I thought like, let's just set her up for success and like give her a couple pens she can use, and like package it in a little like, like a little zippy. So that way it's like not taking up enough or a ton of space. And it's just always there. She wants to pull it out and make a note or something. Okay. Process of elimination. Okay. I know I got her this one, this one, this one, this one. It was buy 3, get 2 free. And while I wish I would have saved this one for myself, what if I saved this one for myself? Okay, so she might not end up with that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She may not end up with that. I'm going to be honest with you. So I grabbed her a Tombow Power Mini glue tape runner. I have this love-hate relationship with glue tape because I'm often sitting on this couch right here working in my Hobonichi. And if you don't have the like straightest surface of all time, it doesn't really like as you're using it, all of the sticky stuff doesn't necessarily come off of the runner, So I feel like I'm just wasting a ton of stuff. So I don't know. I go back and forth between a glue stick and a tape runner, but I wouldn't want to haul a glue stick around. Did I tell you where she's going? She's going to Iceland. I wouldn't want to haul a glue stick around Iceland. So I got her just a little one of these guys. So I wanted to kind of set her up, like I said, for success. And I grabbed her a couple Tombows. Again, there was a sale, buy 2, get 3 free. Nope, buy 3, get 2 free. I don't know. If you can't tell, I'm sick. My brain doesn't work. It's very gloopy up there. But I Googled, maybe this is silly, but I Googled like Iceland color palette and it gave me these vibes. So I pulled these 2 Tombows. These are just 2 Tombow dual brush pens, so you've got a brush pen this side and just like a regular like point. Why am I losing my words? Like pointed end here. To be honest with you, I very rarely use these ends, but I think she will get a lot of use out of those. And then I got her a mild liner in blue. Kind of expected it to have a cuter name. It doesn't. But I really like these. Obviously, they're a little bit more translucent than Tombow, and the pointed end is actually really nice. I tend to use this one more than the Tombow's pointed ends. I don't know why. And then I was like hemming and hawing about getting her just a black pen, like plain old whatever black pen. But then I thought everyone, maybe not. I'm particular about my black pens. So maybe she is too. I know that she's not. I guess I'm just being silly. But I just thought I'll pull one of mine and let her test and see what she wants. And then she can just have one for my personal stash. And I would just get her a fun color that I know she would enjoy. This is a teal color. And then lastly, honestly, if I would have seen these when I was picking up markers for myself, I would have grabbed one of these. But the way the pens were, organized, they had the cap was facing out, so in the display it looked like they were empty, but really it was full of these. And I love these, and I think she'll have a lot of fun with this. And I honestly am probably going to test these out later. Hope she doesn't mind. I don't think she minds. And the reason why I was having such a hard time remembering what her pens were is because I also got myself some pens, of course. I mean, I couldn't not. There was a sale. I just had to. Okay, it's Christmas. Leave me alone. These are the ones I got. So I got this Tombow color. They called it green ochre on the display. I love colors like these. I mean, frankly, I probably already have this color. The greens go really fast for me because I notice I reach for them really, really often. And then I grabbed this Tombow color. It is I think they called it baby pink or something. I'm so interested to see if this will even really show up. But I really like to do just silly illustrations of housewives, for instance, or Taylor Swift or whatever. And I find that I need a really light color to build on. So I thought that would be nice for that. Somehow have ended up with a mild liner in my personal collection that is the brush pen. I have no recollection of purchasing it. Maybe it was given to me, but I love it. Like, I feel like the ink comes out heavier. I'm obsessed with it. So I grabbed one in my current kind of favorite color, this like magenta purpley lavender situation that I'm really excited about. I noticed that I like in my Hobonichi weeks, I use mild liners a lot more than I do Tombos, again, because they're just more translucent, and I just find that I tend to always just have one in my purse and I can grab and do something with. Okay, these are maybe like the real reason I went to Michael's in the first place. I have been watching a ton of Jane the Crazy's YouTube channel. I'm obsessed with her style. Like, I love how fearless she is. She just like goes for it. And the colors she reaches for are just like so fun and bold, and I tend to go for like muted bold. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, these are my two favorite colors. So I thought, like, get out there. Get out there. What does that even mean? I just thought I just want to be like Jane. So this is me being like Jane. I grabbed 2 Posca pens in the fluorescent colors. This is truly one of my favorite colors. So I'm really excited about having this. This is their fluorescent green. Or are they considering this yellow? Yeah. Fluorescent yellow, and then the fluorescent orange. If they had like a fluorescent red, I would have grabbed that too, but they were actually really picked over there. So not a ton of options for the fluorescent colors, but that's okay. I'm really excited to play with these and like do some cool patterns, some cool mark making. I'm just really looking forward to that. And my legs and feet, fully asleep. See if I can get some life back into those. Moving on. I'll stay kind of in the pen category. The last like 10 years have been kind of a little bit of a blur for me, which is depressing, but I started doing art journaling in like 2015, 2016, sometime around there, all of there, I don't remember. And I just at the time spent hundreds of dollars on supplies. I was like bookbinding, I was doing a ton of collaging, a lot of art journaling. I was a get messy girl, if that means anything to you. And it was a little bit of like a trauma response to like hardcore breakup I was in the middle of, and then like figuring out that I was queer and like trying to understand my sexuality. And anyway, there is like an Instagram account floating around somewhere of my art journaling days that I am just like too scared to look at because I think it was just so earnest and I'm frightened. Anyway, if you can find it, have fun with that. But anyway, I'm telling you this story because I spent hundreds of dollars back then buying all of these supplies. And then in like a 2019 or 2020, like cleanup freak out, I donated all of those supplies because I just wasn't using them anymore. We live in a pretty small apartment. I just didn't have the space for it. So I laugh because I picked up one of the things that I most definitely donated back then. But this is a brush pen. I really like the way this looks. You often can see a lot of like texture in there. You can see the individual bristles, especially if like it's a little on the drier side. Occasionally you'll get a little kick out from the brush bristles. So I'm really excited to play around with this and just get like a little bit looser. Again, I'm like super inspired by Jane the Crazy. She's just like so fast, so loose. It appears to be that she's barely thinking before she puts pen to paper. And I really appreciate that because I tend to overthink something and then am not really excited about the final product. And that's not fun either. So, and speaking of kind of the planner world of it all, or the journaling world of it all, it's tough because I'll go into this in another video, but I started using Hobonichi last year and I used the Cousin all throughout 2023. It was really like one of the only things that kept me like sane and excited and happy about a lot of stuff. It was like a nice ritual and I love it. And I'm really looking forward to doing it again in 2024. I also have a Hobonichi Weeks that is just my work planner. So I have kind of two very different things. I have the Weeks, which is strictly a planner, and then I have the Cousin, which is more of like memory keeping, journaling, drawing. It is more art journal, life book than it is planner. So sometimes, people ask about my planner, and I'm kind of like, I don't really know what to call it. Not to get like too precious about anything, but I will try to figure out a talking point around that to be like, this is my planner, and this is exactly what I do in my planner, and this is my Cousin, and this is what I do in my Cousin. All that being said, I pass by the Happy Planner books every single time I go to Michael's, and they're always calling my name, but I flip through them and I'm just not excited about over half of the stickers in there, the illustrations, the you go girl of it all. It's just not me. But I do find in my planner, I want to have boxes and tiny stickers and just little things to add a little bit of brightness into it, because oftentimes, I'll show you how graceful was that. Oftentimes it's just sort of a mess in here, or boring and sad, and let me find you a good, so I love the idea of just having a little sticker that I can put in and be like, oh, how cute, but I don't want it to say, you go girl, or grow where you're planted or whatever. So I always talk myself out of buying the Happy Planners, also because they're just never on sale. But today they were on sale, and I flipped through a couple. They were pretty picked over, but I landed on the letters one, the alphabet one, and here's why. I'll try to make this short. I am so charmed and delighted every time I see a YouTube video or a reel or a TikTok video, am I 100? Of someone using those acrylic stamps, is that what you would call it? With the clear base where you stick the stamps on and then you can see exactly where you're putting it on the page because it's clear. I love the way that looks. I also love the ritual of it all, of there's something so satisfying about peeling something off, sticking it somewhere, inking it up, stamping it. I love that. I love that. But I had to have a real come to Jesus with myself in the middle of this Michael's to be like, girl, you're often sitting on the couch, and the last thing you need to add to the couch situation is a pad of ink and tiny letter stamps. So I thought, for now, with these on sale, let me grab some of these and just play around and see if I even find myself reaching for them before I jump into a big investment of all these different stamps. Ugh, I hate that. I want to just open up the basket and put them all in. But I stopped myself, and while I still spent $80 at Michael's, I could have spent more. So I am proud of that, I guess. And on the sticker train, couldn't pass up some little stars. Aren't they so cute? I don't know. I think these are great for the weeks. I think they're going to be good for my cousin. Sometimes you just got to give yourself a star. You know what I'm saying? When I was in middle school, I had a teacher. Her name was Mrs. O'Neill. And when you got something right, she would make you give yourself an O. And she thought of it as ovation. Give yourself an O. And so anytime I think about giving yourself a star, or you're winning something, I think give yourself an O. Anyway, shout out Miss O'Neill. She hated me. I think she just hated teaching, but that's okay. Tangent. And the next thing, so I was gonna get these other another small $2.50 pack of stickers that were smiley faces that were about this size. And then I looked up and over to the right, and I just couldn't not. I mean, there's sign language stickers. It's the alphabet, and it's I just couldn't pass it up. I fully didn't even look in here. I saw the cover, and it was they're in the basket. So I'm seeing this for the first time, but I'm loving the live, laugh, love of it in sign language with these super cute illustrations. I just think that is incredible. How fun is that? Here comes another story about middle school, technically elementary school. In elementary school, for whatever reason, we all taught ourselves sign language, the alphabet of sign language. And when we had silent lunch, which happened all the time, like most of our lunches were silent lunch, except for like 5 minutes where I guess we all got to yell at each other because it was elementary school and the teachers just had it. So we taught ourselves sign language, and we would have full conversations spelling words out with sign language. So I can still remember it. And it just brings me like a little bit of joy to see that. I don't know. I just think American Sign Language and all sign language is incredible. I'm excited to play with that. And lastly, I got some vellum paper. I should have saved something a little bit more exciting to be last, but I didn't. And here's why. I forgot. This is another kind of holdover from the art journaling world. I used to love to create like layers with vellum paper and paint on top of this and tape it in and make little pockets and stuff. So every time I go to Michael's, I look at this pack and it is pretty expensive. And I think, oh, I can get it for cheaper from somewhere else. And then I just don't. So I finally just bit the bullet today and bought this pack of like $17 vellum paper. I mean, it is 100 sheets. So it will last me quite literally until the end of time. But yeah, I'm excited about like the different little projects I can do with that. So that's it. That's the whole damn thing. Let's see how much I spent. I don't really want to know. I even had a coupon and it was still kind of brutal. I saved $30. So let me start with that. But I did spend $71.49. Yeah. So that was tough. All right. Maybe we can play around a little bit with this. Do some swatching, do some testing. Okay, let's do it. Somebody stole my Y. Oh, how dare they? That is so funny. That is so nice. Crispy. This is quite cute. I mean, just the marks you can make. I'm glad that this is back in the repertoire, if you will. I just love it. I'm almost done editing this video, and only to find that I recorded the like outro bit, the part where I'm like summing it up backwards. You can see what's on my coffee table, you can see the television, but you can't see me. And so this is me just saying thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to hang out again soon, I would love to have you back. Like, subscribe, comment, do all those things that you're supposed to do. And I'll see you soon. Bye.